heart shall go every time I surrender to this law in gratitude and awe. It surely heals all in body and mind. This is my prayer, this I declare, for me and everyone, everywhere. Yes, this I pray with unbending faith for me and everyone, every night and day. For me and everyone, for this I pray. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There you are.
An exciting technology shift that everything crashed as we began the celebration. So yeah, and in fact, Breen, you go ahead and do that opening part, and I'm going to restart my stuff.
Okay. Good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. Yay. Please repeat after. Well, first, we got some Zoom etiquette. Leave yourself on mute unless we ask you to unmute because we're all going to join together. So let's do that now. Let's unmute and repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
Open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to awesome connections to Zoom.
I open myself to awesome connections to Zoom.
I know it's all good right now.
I know it's all good right
now.
And so it is.
And so
So it is.
Hey, I am Breen Rourke, president of the board and RSCP, one of our practitioners. Reverend Bill is our celebrant today because it's celebration, so I'm bringing the celebrant word back from my old Catholic roots. And our music today is by the incomparable Deb Chamberlain. Yay! So welcome everybody. Take a moment, turn off any unnecessary electronic devices so they don't disturb you during our celebration. And I would like to let you know that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers. We're having our adventure this morning, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you here today, wherever you're going next, we've been expecting you, we love you, and welcome. Now, we believe that there is one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we each use that very same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs, or as we like to say, our new life begins with a new thought. I'm going to kick us off this morning, start the way we start everything, with a practical prayer. So I invite you to just settle in, maybe close your eyes if you want to. Let go of thoughts of getting here or where you're going next, and just be here now, in this now moment, this God moment. Every moment is this now moment. Everything everywhere is an expression of that one power, force, and intelligence, spirit, or God, whatever you want to call it. It is that which has always been and always will be, and creates everything from itself. So each one of us is a divine, unique, individual expression of the infinite, taking unique form here and now. So too is all this technology, all this fellowship, the words, the music, the idea of New Thought Philadelphia itself is an expression of that one. So I know this celebration is one of love and joy and creative expression, and each person deepening into their awareness of that one and their connection to spirit. So I'm grateful to know this truth, grateful for this good, grateful for love expressing itself in all these wonderful and beautiful ways. So with love and gratitude, I claim good and more good for this celebration. Everyone watching, everyone on Zoom, on YouTube, wherever you are, it's all good all the time. So I claim this good and release this word into the creative law, the law that always says yes, and even now says yes. And so it is. Yay. So prayer, we do it because it works. So now's the time we like to open up to the community to get prayer work stories. I've got my two 24-inch monitors, and I can see everybody's got a camera. Linda's got her hand up already, and then I see Annie, and there's a couple others. So Linda, go.
Okay, good morning, everybody. So several weeks ago, maybe almost 2 months ago, on a prayer meditation in the afternoon, I mentioned that I needed new air conditioning. So I've been telling my air conditioning unit, it's 25 years old. I've been telling it I love it. I've been telling it I love it and everything. It's been working and working. I go by and say, I love you. And it's been working and functioning just great. But also the very beginning of September, before I went to my granddaughter's wedding, I had a little water event in my house. I called my insurance company. The adjuster came out, and I got my check a couple days ago, and it's like 5 times what I expected. And it doesn't need 5 times worth of work to fix the floor. So guess what? I called my HVAC guy, and I'm getting a new air conditioning unit. So, and this has been like mulling around in my head for the longest time. I kind of don't do like sit down and focus on stuff. It's just sort of floats around in my head, and then here it is. So prayer definitely works, and there you go.
Amen. Thank you. Annie.
So I don't know if everybody knows, but I got hurt at work, and my prayers have been surrounded around health and everything, but also comfort and convenience. And physical therapy found a maneuver that is working to relieve some of the pain, so that was awesome. What my main prayer was, it seems silly and simple, but we went to this event the other day, Kate and I, and it was in the city, and I was really nervous about having to walk far, and like, would I have to sit? And because I can't really sit. And we pulled up, and the parking spot was like 50 feet from the door. Like, it was amazing because, as you all know, parking in the city can sometimes be not so fun, but yeah, Kate said that quick prayer is amazing. And then I was able to stand throughout the whole thing, which was cool. I thought I'd have to sit during the speakers, and they had like high top tables. So I was in comfort and joy the whole time.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks. Sandy, you have your hand up?
Yes. I had cataract surgery this week on my left eye. And whenever I have something physical coming up, I shoot off my text to Breen and Joe and Bill immediately. That's the very first thing that I do as I'm doing my own prayer. And the words of my surgeon afterward were, it was a perfect result.
Yay. That's awesome. Prayer works. I've got one quick one. I was telling Bill yesterday. So Jane and I adopted a dog about a year ago, and he was 10 months old, a rescue, had some social issues and some impulse control, let's call it, and especially challenging sometimes out walking with him when other dogs or people are around. And there was a point where we were very concerned and thought maybe we wouldn't be able to keep him. And I shared with Bill, we prayed about it, and I was pretty upset a while ago thinking about having to let go of Jack because we just couldn't handle him. Fast forward to a couple of days ago, I was out walking with him, and there was a family with a dog and grandmom and a toddler and a baby and mom, and he saw them, and I made him sit, and their dog was barking and tugging at the leash, and Jack was just sitting there, and the woman said to her dog, "Why can't you be well behaved like that dog?" So prayer works. If it's air conditionings or dogs or healing or finances or parking, it works. Give it a whirl. All right, now we've got some announcements brought to us by Carla. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Hi, everybody. Good morning. This vibrant information can be found on our website at newthoughtphilly.org and in our weekly e-newsletter. Please sign up on the website so we can keep in touch. Activate your prayer practice in the online Practical Prayer for Real Results musical workshop on Saturday, October 16th at 1 p.m. featuring live music by Daniel Nahmod. Twice a day, we have community check-ins and meditation on Zoom. They're inspiring and fun in less than 15 minutes and completely awesome, and everyone is welcome. Episode 17 of Reverend Bill's Practical Prayer podcast is the answer to the prayer is the prayer. Listen on the website or subscribe at Apple, Google, Spotify, or Stitcher. Support our social media. Follow New Thought Philly on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and join the Philly Spiritual Adventurers group on meetup.com. The Power of Eight Intention Circle meets Monday at 7 p.m. Contact Sandy for information. The Women's Circle meets the fourth Thursday at 7 p.m. Contact Joe or Sandy for information. And the Conscious Creativity Corps meets the third Tuesday. Contact Chris for information. Thank you to the production team and the presenters who make our Zoom celebrations work. Woo-hoo. There's a short technical rehearsal before the celebration on Sunday. To join the team, please contact me, Carla Ann. I'll put it in the chat as soon as I finish doing this part. So,
and I want to say an extra shout out to the people who have stepped up to help with the technology. Dina and Sandy and Annie and other folks who are helping to do the slides and the live stream and all the rest of that stuff. And it is awesome, and I am deeply grateful.
Yay team. So it's a great group to be a part of. So please contact me to join our production team. And next Sunday, we'll be live from the great outdoors at Wynwood Valley Park and hybrid on Zoom and YouTube. We'll stay in the park for a picnic afterwards. Reverend Bill talks about prayer without ceasing. Live original music by Adam Webb. If there's a challenging situation in your life that could use some newness, make an appointment with Reverend Bill or a practitioner for a professional prayer session. After the celebration, Breen will be available for a quick miracle in a minute prayer, no charge. And we'll leave the Zoom room open so that people can talk amongst ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carla Ann. Thank you so much for the miracle of internet technology, Apple, and the convergence of Comcast and everything that let my computer completely lock up. And now it's unlocked and we're free to sail again. When we're in person, we have a special gift and a blessing for our second-time visitors. We're keeping the gifts on hold, but the first time you see us in person, you get the lovely gift. And we also have a blessing and a welcome packet for our first-time visitors. A welcome packet, what you can do is sign up to be on the e-news, and we'll give you all the information in little drips and ways that hopefully will not over-spam you and kind of leave you in that groove. But we also have a blessing for you. So if there's anybody who is here for the first time and you'd like to identify yourself, either raise your hand on screen or click the reaction button so that we know who you are. And the rest of us are going to send out some love. So rub your hands together. Generate some warmth so you can feel the love for Carrie. Send that love out. You are the bright light of God's love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that love and shining that light here today. And welcome home. We also like to hug or elbow bump or nod to each other from a safe social distance when we're in person together. Kind of depends on the circumstance that we're in. While we're on Zoom, though, we like to go into gallery view as we do our usual greeting song and just make eye contact with the other folks who we're in community with, and understanding the eyes of God are the eyes that you're looking into and the eyes that you're looking through. We'll do that as Deb sings the next song.
blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world, a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, you are the heart, you are the hands, we are the heart, we are the hands. Welcome everyone, welcome this morning.
Thank you, Deb. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Jane Rourke is going to lead us in the flames of faith this morning.
Just unmute. Okay. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We'd like the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today is Deepak Chopra by way of Linda Francis.
Good morning. A conscious change is brought about by the two qualities inherent in consciousness, attention and intention. Attention energizes and intention transforms. Whatever you put your attention on will grow stronger in your life. Whatever you take your attention away from will wither, disintegrate, and disappear. Intention, on the other hand, triggers transformation of energy and information. Intention organizes its own fulfillment.
Thank you, Linda. So I'm going to sing a song for you by Reverend Michael Beckwith and Ricky Byers, and please feel free to sing along at home. You'll know the melody and the song from the first verse, and then I'll just give you the change of lyrics for each verse. It's called All Good, All Good. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All love, all love, all love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, holy. All one, all one, all one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is one, holy, holy. All God, all God, all God, holy, holy. All God, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is God, holy, holy. All good, all good, all good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All good, all good.
Good, all good. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Deb Chamberlain. Beautiful. Today, we're going to talk about the purpose step. And practical prayer is different than other forms of prayer. I am having this wonderful opportunity as we're producing a podcast of going into conversations and getting into some detail on the specifics of how practical prayer works and how it's based on spiritual mind treatment. It's an affirmative prayer practice. It's also called a scientific prayer practice. But we get to go into some of the details about the things that make practical prayer different than other forms of prayer. And the fun part for me is that I'm so close to it that I don't understand. I don't have nearly as much awareness of what other forms of prayer practice are like. So that's what we get to go into in the podcast. And what we have is a purpose statement. Before we even do the prayer, we get very specific about what we're praying for, what we're praying about, the experience that we're having that we want to change, or the basically the newness that we're going to invite into our lives. In the purpose statement, we even complain about our life the way that it's been. Now, there are a couple of different ways that we look at this. We say all good, all good. It's all God. It's all love unfolding, and be able to look a fact in the face and know something better. And that is the very highest ideal of the New Thought teaching. It is all good. It is all God, and that is absolutely true. God is everything. Everything that exists everywhere in the universe is God taking its own specific and particular form. And that everything includes each of us. And that's really powerful because that gives us the avenue by which we understand we are participating in that creative power. We are actually creating something new and powerful in our lives, whatever it is that we're doing. God is everything. God is everywhere. And we are not. We are individualizations. We are each having our own experience of life. We are each expressing that divinity that is us in our own particular and specific way. And some ways are clearly good. We just love it. I understand that this is love unfolding. This is good. That's what prayer work stories are for. I love hearing prayer work stories about being able to join Sandy in setting the intention that her cataract surgery goes as smoothly as possible and has an absolutely spectacular, flawless, wonderful, joyous outcome. She texted me afterwards and I said, how's it going? And she said, a little discomfort, great outcome. And I said, perfect, because the discomfort goes away quickly and the great outcome stays around for a long time. And that's what we're looking for. And if that's the experience that we want to be having, then that goes into the purpose statement of our prayer. And that's what we get to pray about. Because we're not all of it. You know, one of my metaphors is that there is such a thing in the world as the Chinese water torture. And I've never had it done to me, but it sounds pretty unpleasant. There's also a thing called General Tso's chicken. And I like that. So I don't have to take one. I don't have to take them all. I can choose the one that I wish to experience and allow myself to let go of the need to be involved in any of the rest of it. So by being conscious participants in this co-creative activity, we get to choose. We get to choose the experience that we want to have. We don't get to control it. Boy, it would be nice if we got to control it. Actually, it seems to us like it would be nice if we got to control it. But if that were true for us, then other people would get to control it as well. And then we would just get into such a nasty fist fight with all sorts of stuff showing up in the world that it's probably pretty good that we don't have that complete level of control, that we are active participants in creating our experience, but we're not just saying this is how it's going to go. Because we're actually partnering with that co-creative energy that creates everything. And since it's creating everything, it can create something brand new for us. And that's what we mean when we say it's all good, it's all God. The experiences that we're having might be an experience of joy, of delight, of connection, of love and friendship and harmony and prosperity and physical wellness and vitality and really feeling creative or connected to our spiritual practice. All of that stuff is available to us. And those are in a lot of ways, those are peak experiences. And we're open to them. And other experiences that we don't prefer, in the long run, they turn out to be things usually that are opening up new possibilities on a much bigger picture than we're looking at them from. And generally, those are challenges. Those are our growth experiences. That's where we get into our growth zone, which is unfortunately right outside of our comfort zone. Fortunately, it's a little bit inside of what we consider to be the death zone, the one that we absolutely want to stay away from. The interesting part about living on purpose is that we get to look at the experience that we're having and address it fairly and accurately. We get to say, this sucketh. And there are some things that are going on that absolutely, in our experience, sucketh. That's the spiritual way of saying that they suck. Why does Annie have to go through the injury that she's gotten, to recuperate? Why does somebody else have to go through a challenging or a difficult experience? When we get into the middle of it, it can be really challenging. And on the one hand, those are the things that give us new input for our purpose statement. They can very clearly focus our attention on the experience that we want to have. If you think that our lives are a ship, a little boat that we're sailing through life, then when we see something off in this direction over here, then if we want our boat to head in that direction, the first thing I have to do is point our boat over there. Now, I might not like where I am right now. So the first thing I want to do is understand this is not the place where I want to be. That's the place where I want to be. And then maneuver our boat so that we're pointing in that direction, and then allow the unfolding to happen in a way that's going to bring us toward our destination. Continuing along with that metaphor, there's probably some wind that might be coming on. There might be some current. There might be some flow in the river or stream that we're in. So you can't just point at what you want to, where you want to go. You have to get an idea of how all of those pieces are fitting together and allow yourself to be guided so that when I have that idea of where I want to be headed, I can do the right thing. I've described, my prayer partner owns a sailboat. Actually, he owns 2 sailboats, but that's a different story. And when we go sailing together, it's up on the Hudson River, and we start out from one part of the river and we want to head in a particular direction, and it's recreational sailing. So, we sometimes have an idea of where we're going to go, and sometimes we go where the wind is going to be the easiest. But invariably, when we're sailing, if I want to go here, I don't go straight here. What I do is I go this way because that's the way the wind lets me go. And then I turn and I go and I zig in the other direction. And that's called tacking in sailing. And we make a zigzag course back and forth to our destination. And on the one hand, it can seem like that's very inefficient. And on the other hand, not using up any fossil fuel because it's a sailboat. So if it were a power boat, we could go straight to where we wanted to go and then drop the anchor and stop. But it's a different experience when we're partnering with that infinite power, with that natural force, to allow ourselves to partner with it, and by zigging and zagging and adjusting our course to arrive at the place where we want to be. And it is possible for us to say along the way that this sucketh. This is not what I want. This is not where I want to be. I am headed in a direction that is not comfortable for me. Not that it's a bad direction, just that it's not working for me. And remembering that this is an infinite universe, to know that that new possibility is open to us. Another thing that I've learned is that one of the things that we do when something comes along that sucketh is there's a tendency for people who are involved in New Thought to do a spiritual bypass, where somebody talks about an illness or a death in the family or a diagnosis or a challenge or a loss of a job or something, and say, oh, it's all good. One door closes, another door opens. It's love unfolding somehow. Or in the case of somebody dying, they're in a better place. And in a lot of ways, that can be a spiritual bypass, because that might be true. But by trying to jump immediately to that, we're skipping over the part where it sucketh. There's a grief process involved. There is something that we don't like. There is something that has upset us or hurt us or traumatized us. And we need to allow that room to work through, so that the good that's in there can show up, but not from somebody giving us platitudes or telling us something. The other term for that is toxic positivity. So when somebody is so positive that you just, oh, stop, I can't handle this anymore. My sister-in-law, we used to go to a New Thought community when she was living with us, and she would come along. And every once in a while she wouldn't go. She says, can't handle the happy, clappy people over there. And it's exactly the same thing, because there is that ability to just, get so into the fact that this is an infinite universe and we are all part of that one divine creative power, that we let loose of the fact that we're individualizations. And I might not be having a great day. I might not be having a wonderful day today. And I need to be able to claim that and own that and know that, because that's the truth for me. I don't really have a right to drag everybody else down into it, but if I need a hand up, I can certainly ask for it. And when I do ask for a hand up, say, hey, this is a thing that I've been exposed to or heard about or experienced, and I'm having a struggle with it, to have somebody listen to me and say, wow, I hear you, that sucketh. And just be with me on it, instead of trying to talk me out of it, trying to talk me into, oh, well, let's just turn it to the positivity immediately. Because we're always a choice. We're always free to invite in what that next experience is going to be. If I'm having an uncomfortable experience, I can run away from it. And sometimes that's a really good thing to do. If the uncomfortable experience is that I've just been scared in the woods by a bear, getting away from the bear might be good. Under some circumstances, it might be good to investigate. What is it like to have an encounter with a bear in the woods? There's some discernment and some judgment involved in that. When I come into a challenging situation in a relationship, maybe I don't want to run away. Maybe I want to run towards it. Maybe I want to say, what's here? What is it that's here for me to learn? What's my growth opportunity here? And acknowledge that my first reaction is to want to run away, and then say, and what happens if I do something different? What happens if I open myself up to a different possibility? I'm not going to say that this uncomfortable experience is good, but I'm going to open myself to the possibility that maybe there's some good in here somehow, and I can jump into it a little bit. And that's where the discernment and our spiritual awareness comes in. If I come into one of those situations and I don't know like this seems scary, alert, danger, 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 and I want to run away, then sometimes it's obvious, it's time to run away. And other times it's much more subtle. And sometimes it's like, I've been running away from this forever, it's time to face it. But if we're in that middle ground where it's not really clear, maybe this is for me repeating an older pattern, or maybe this is something that I can actually learn from, that's another way that practical prayer can be really helpful. Because I can stop right where I am and set the intention. My purpose in this prayer is to have guidance and clarity and understanding about what's next for me. What is my next perfect step to take in this situation? Allow the infinite, that divine mind that knows everything, that knows whether this is going to be a productive engagement for me, or if it's going to lead to being just lunch for a bear. Allow that infinite mind to guide me, to direct me in what is the appropriate thing for me to do. And it will. And I don't have to do one prayer. I don't have to do just one. There have been times in the middle of a prayer where I don't know what I'm praying for. It's like not clear that that's what's going on. And I'll stop the prayer and I'll pray for clarity on exactly what it is that I want to be praying for in this situation. And the clarity comes and I let that go with gratitude. And then I go back to the first prayer that I interrupted and continue along, because now I've got the guidance. And that's how the little boat of our lives is tacking back and forth, adjusting to the current and the winds and the situation and the circumstances. And it's a partnership. It's always a partnership. We're free to choose. The purpose of our prayer is to invite in that next new experience that we want to have. And interestingly, the more abstract we can be about it, the better. Because if I define exactly how it's supposed to happen, then what I'm actually doing, I think that I'm defining, I'll use Sandy as an example. Sandy could have studied up on what exactly is involved in cataract surgery and then decided exactly how the surgeon should do the job, how the ophthalmologist should do the job. And that might be great. Or the ophthalmologist might have learned a different technique. And if he is somehow forced into doing this other technique that either is old or obsolete, or he's not familiar with, that can undermine the outcome, the perfect outcome that was headed Sandy's way. So what she's going to do is she's going to say, I open myself up to this unfolding in perfection. I have a fabulous outcome. The prayer is that everybody on the team is in sync and everything is unfolding in perfection for Sandy, for the doctors, for the nurses, for the technicians, for all of it to unfold in perfection. And then it's none of our business how. We've set the purpose, we've set the intention, we've made the invitation for that big picture feeling or experience we want to have, and then let it unfold. And then let that unfold. If I want to have a perfect, wonderful, loving relationship, and I set my intention to have that perfect, loving, wonderful relationship, and I decide that it has to be with that particular person, and it has to start on this particular day, and it's going to have to look exactly like this. What I'm doing is I'm telling the universe, I'm not taking anything else. Anything else that comes along is not going to be any good for me. And I'm just limiting what can happen. I'm limiting the good that can possibly show up in my life, the love that can arrive in my life, because I think I need to control it. And I don't. And that's the magic of the purpose statement, is we get to be as broad as we possibly can with the purpose statement. Sometimes it's something that's very specific. The purpose is I can't find my car keys and I want to find my car keys. And I want to find my car keys easily, and I want to find them in the first place that I look for them. And we do the prayer for the perfect revelation of the car keys. And then as often as not, what happens is like, oh, wait a second. I was wearing that other jacket. Let me go check in the pocket. Boom, there are the car keys. And I had completely forgotten that I was wearing that other jacket. And if I just went around looking through the same 17 places that I'd already looked, they wouldn't show up. There's a story about a guy who's outside of his house, looking around in the bushes near the front porch light. And his neighbor comes by and he says, what you doing? He says, I lost my car keys. I'm trying to find them. His neighbor says, let me help you look. I said, that would be great. So they started looking around in this little patch where the guy is. And his neighbor just casually says, is this where you dropped him? And he says, no, I dropped him over there. He says, well, why are you looking here? He says, because there's a light here. When we open ourselves up to our good, the good becomes available to us. If we try and limit it, oh, I want to look here because that's where the light is, or you're waiting until dawn. If you think that you need to have light in order to find the keys, you're going to wait until sunrise before the keys show up. And the universe is perfectly happy to give that to you. The universe is perfectly happy to say yes, whatever your purpose happens to be. As we say, if you call up Amazon or go onto the Amazon site and type in, send me something nice, you better be happy with whatever shows up, because it's nice for somebody, but there is a nearly bottomless pit of really questionable things on Amazon that you probably don't want. There are so many things on Amazon that would not add any value whatsoever to any of our lives, that it's good that they're not showing up at our house. But we can get the stuff that we do invite. So treat the law like that. When something sucketh, say this sucketh, and have the ability to invite in a different experience without jumping past the feeling that you're having. Let your purpose be to have your life unfold in a way that is going to be happy, joyous, healthy and vital, comfortable, loving, prosperous, creative, deeply spiritual, and overflowing with love. Because it's just as easy to get that as something random and more fun. And you deserve it. So it is.
Great message. Thank you for that so much. And this song is called The Only Prayer I Need. Thank you. Thank you. It's the only prayer I need. Thank you. I'll say thank you in every word and deed, and with every breath of gratitude for all I'm about to receive. I'll say thank you for the power to believe. I was asleep, lost in a dream, alone and living without love, without peace, consumed with hunger and doubt. Then with words of grace I awakened, and reality returned. Every word reminding me of the truth I now affirm. Thank you, thank you, is the only prayer I need. Thank you, I say thank you in every word and deed, and with every breath of gratitude for all I'm about to receive. I say thank you for the power to believe in the one life, the one mind, whose goodness flows through me, removing all my doubt and fear, restoring my sanity. And as much as I believe this truth, so shall its goodness flow, as much for you as it does for me, as faith will surely show. Thank you, thank you, it's the only prayer I need. Thank you, I'll say thank you in every word and deed, and with every breath of gratitude for all I'm about to receive. I'll say thank you for the power to believe. I relax and trust in this sacred love that shows my heart the thank you for the power. Thank you is the only prayer I need. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I won't sing. Wow. And thank you, Bill. Great message. It's interesting. The reading was about intention, and Bill was talking about purpose, and Deb was just thinking about gratitude. And those were all parts of this thing we call practical prayer or spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, whatever you want to call it. They're all pieces that build together for us to participate in creating that experience that we really want to have. So I think, we all have something that we're working on. Something maybe sucketh and we want to move to a different space, or something's good and we want something even better, or we simply want to change. We know what that experience is that we want. And we know what that's going to feel like. And I want to, we're going to have some meditation now. And I want to pull in that gratitude piece just coming out of Deb's song, because I feel really rooted and anchored in that gratitude. So I want to just continue that energy. So I invite you to get comfortable wherever you are. Maybe put your feet flat on the floor. I like to sit with my back straight, shoulders back, my hands in my lap, palms up, and just allow the chair to support me and just relax. I invite you to close your eyes or allow them to go to a soft focus. Just be here in this moment. Stay in that feeling of gratitude that Deb's song may have inspired or reminded you. Let's take a nice deep breath in, breathing in fully. And exhale with a big sigh. Just feel the tension slide away. Maybe scan your body to see if there's any place that's tight or uncomfortable, and allow that to relax. Focus your attention there and say, relax and be at peace. I release you and let you go. One more deep breath in, breathing in fully. And exhale. Relax even more. We're going to take one more deep breath in. And I invite you on the exhale to sigh audibly. Feel that vibration and the energy of that breath leaving you. Breathing in fully. Exhale. Allow yourself to feel a sense of gratitude. You could call to mind something you've received, an experience you've had, a person you've known. And we could be thankful for. Let's be just grateful too. And just feel that gratitude. No need to attach it to anything specific. Just allow that sense of gratitude to fill you. Breathe it in. I am grateful. I am grateful. Tap into that gratitude. When I count to 3, allow that feeling to increase tenfold. 1, 2, 3. Allow that gratitude to increase, filling you, overflowing, flowing out into the world. I am grateful. We're going to increase that gratitude even more, increasing it tenfold on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Feel that gratitude increase. Just be with it. We'll take that into the silence. I am grateful.
Maintain that feeling of gratitude, that feeling of thankfulness. Thankful from your heart. Thankful for the good unfolding in your life. Thankful for the awareness of the creative process. A practical prayer begins with a purpose and steps through to gratitude. As we turn in our purpose from what it is that we've been experiencing to what it is that we are choosing instead, we form an affirmation, a realization of that which we are inviting into our lives. It's different for each of us, but it's the way that we describe good and goodness. And in so many, many different ways, in an infinite variety of ways, that which we experience as good can flow into our lives. And so we invite that infinite creative power that has created everything, that continues to create everything, that has created each of us. We invite that infinite creative power which indwells us to create that new experience. We claim it with positivity, with certainty, with openness, knowing that it's on the way now. And then in that feeling of gratitude, deep thanks for this good unfolding. The creative law says yes. It's been saying yes since the beginning of time. It is again saying yes. this good, whatever good it is that we are inviting and opening ourselves to, is available to us. And it's on its way to us now. And the good unfolds. And the stuff that sucketh recedes. And the learning is gleaned. And the joy unfolds. And the awareness of the love that is at hand is even more fully revealed. And so this feeling of thanks for this good already unfolding for each of us, for all of us. I speak this word of intention, I release it into that law, and I know that the law is responding. This good is underway. So it is. So it is. Take another deep breath in. Be filled with a new possibility. Let it go and bring your attention back to your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe shrug your shoulders. And otherwise, bring your attention back into the Zoom as Deb does another song for us.
Thank you. As we start a new week, I send a prayer out for us all to have the experience of abundance of goodness in our lives. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. I know a place that's quiet where stillness fills the air, where darkness disappears into the light that's everywhere. I go there in the morning and linger through the day. It gives me everything I need to soothe me as I pray. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. Whenever there's a moment of pain, despair, or doubt, I know that I can go within so I may flow without. And in that sweet surrender, I open up my heart to all the good that waits for me that this world can impart. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world will see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. The peaceful abundance, the promised abundance, the perfect abundance of light. Awakened abundance, amazing abundance, astounding abundance of life. As God's spark within shines its light, may the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. Yes, the whole world will see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. The awesome abundance of life. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. That was beautiful. That was just beautiful. So we like to make some suggestions and some invitations, and then open the floor or the Zoom to see what's coming up for you. So anybody have something to share that's come up for you, some new insights, some new guidance, way that you're interacting with the currents and the winds, go ahead and either raise your hand in the Zoom or click the reactions button and get a chance to give voice to it. Linda Francis from Phoenix.
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 Do it phonetically. So it's occurred to me, and especially came to me while we were doing the gratitude thing, because I'm so grateful for so many changes in my life in the past 2 months and for this community. And I'm just grateful on every single level. But it occurred to me that things started changing when I let go of the how. I always would say that, but I didn't really live it. And so once I've let go of the how, it's like it really made a change for me. So, and again, process with all my wonderful Sundays and the meditations and stuff like that. So I'm very grateful for all of you and all of this. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, bringing us awesome meditation. I love just activating in gratitude. Oh man, gratitude is the step of a practical prayer you can feel. It's just that reminder. Sandy.
In your talk today, the thing that stood out to me was praying for clarity. So there are many times that I'll have a prayer, and like just in the midst of praying the prayer, I have this kind of awkward feeling that I'm not really clear. I don't really know what I'm praying for. And just to know that I can just pivot and pray for clarity. I think that's important. It's important for me and very beautiful. So thank you for that reminder.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah. And it's not like there's some sort of a quota that you can only do one prayer a day or one at a time. You can pray without ceasing. That's the title for next week. And it's aspirational for me. I don't know what it is for other people. But yeah, you can stop a prayer in the middle of the prayer and pray for something else and then resume the first prayer again. You can nest them in. You can have a prayer that you've been doing since 1987 and keep on adding more to the middle of it. It's not like there's only one way this works. Jesus.
Well, what I would like to say is this service celebration was tremendous. But for me, what I just this week, alone, like I'm involved. I like the meditations in the morning and the afternoons. It brings it like I could be up or I could be good, but I know it's always going to help me some kind of way because the affirmations and what you be saying and putting that in the mind of God. And when everybody comes in, I feel that space and you always ask, hey, what y'all going through or whatever it is. And that comes up. And then in my experience in life, it's like I said to unity, whatever somebody's going, I could be going, or they ask for clarity, spiritual guidance, all that I could use every time. So in my way, what I do, I drive, and then on Thursday, I'm in Fort Lauderdale Airport. I got time. I go to eat, and I stay right there in the bar, and then people come like they know you for years, and you having a conversation. Then yesterday, I'm in Tampa, and then I sit down, and then again, and then I meet a guy, he's 30, he's going through a pastory, and we talk, just beautiful. And then in the morning, I don't like to pick up the phone or, I do my meditation or whatever, but I don't like to speak with people yet until I speak with God fully. And then this morning, somebody come to me, like he's talking like, I say, oh, this is God talking to me. And then I leave and then I speak with somebody else. It's just like remarkable. And Rev, I just want to give you thanks because the work you do with the whole community and this community in particular, when you see everybody, the love, like it really like helped me to keep going forward. And it's not words that I could say the way the community, the spirit, and the first family have helped me to overcome a lot of things that I've been through and I'm still going through it. And I see always that light at the end, no matter what, because I know everything is working out for my good. So I just want to thank you and thank everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. That's beautiful. It's Carla's turn. And by the way, the meditations are awesome because sometimes it's everybody getting together and just talking about what it is that the cherry on top that we're inviting in for that next bit of experience in life. And sometimes there's somebody who's having a challenge and we're able to gather around them and do a meditation to invite in some newness for them. And sometimes it's just like casual, whimsical, like it'll be gloomy and raining in the Philly area. And then Hannah pops on and she's sitting in bright sunshine on the levee outside in New Orleans. It's like, okay, it's sunshiny somewhere. Just a reminder. And we get to support each other and connect that way. And now, Carla.
Yeah, meditations are awesome. So is the Power of 8. Fabulous. So, my 2 cents. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way that you share. We don't have a basket today, but there is a donate button on the website to make a donation by credit card or PayPal. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. The offering affirmation is on the screen, and we'll say the affirmation together. I live in
an abundant universe.
I am one.
I am one with the infinite
All
source of all
All
good.
good.
I am the center of conscious prosperity.
I
I enjoy the richness of life. I bless my gift. I share my gift of gratitude and joy. I know that as I give, I do receive.
I do
And
receive.
so it is.
And so it is. Amen.
It is. Dad's going to take it home. And a reminder for all of you, next week in person in the park, preceding the picnic. It's Wynwood Valley Park on Remington Road in Lower Merion. And, come on out if you want to be there and help set up. That would be awesome as well. There's a registration button on the website so that you can register in advance so we know who's coming. I am stoked. I'm looking forward to it. And it's a great thinking, Dana. They finally finished that pavilion and it's in time for us to use it this fall.
And there are swings.
What more could you want? Oh, what a great service. Thank you all for joining us today or afterwards. And we're going to take you out with this really fun song by David Newman. And I invite you to sing along. In the chorus, I say, raise your hands. And then you at home can sing, raise your hands. And I say, in the air, in the air. So it's like call and response. So I invite you to join in with me. May the grace of God bless men and every woman in this land. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Whatever comes to meet us, the darkness won't defeat us. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Some say the end is coming, said our souls are running, but I say stay strong. Keep your faith alive. Let's all come together and take care of each other. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. This is where you come in. Raise your hands in the air, in the air. Stay strong, there you go, and keep your faith alive. Take a stand, say a prayer, say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Hand in hand, side by side, with hearts open wide. We'll stay strong and keep your faith alive. Help others find their way, create a heaven here today. We'll stay strong and keep your faith alive. Here we go. Raise your hands in the air. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand, say a prayer, say is real, and stay strong, keep your faith alive. United in our quest to spread love and happiness. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Everybody raise your hands up in the air, and stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a step, say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Now we got some fun words. Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Sita Ram. Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Jai Rama Rama Bolo, Sita Ram. Everybody now and raise your hands up in the air. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Now lend a hand, say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Everybody now stay strong and keep your faith alive. Thank you all so much. I love you. You're a
Thank
lot
you,
of fun.
Sarah.
Have a
That
beautiful
was-
week.
That was fabulous. And in the run sheet that we prepare, it says closing song, up-tempo, celebratory, wee-ha, and you nailed it. Boom. Drop the
Well,
mic.
I thank Dina for helping me make that choice. Thanks,
Yeah,
Dina.
thank you. That was absolutely perfect. So we are going to close with a prayer, and it's going to be a prayer from a space of gratitude. So go ahead and turn your mics back on, and you can repeat after me. I am love.
I am
love.
I am divinely guided.
I
I am divinely guided.
I am the light.
I am the light.
I let the light shine.
Let the light shine.
I step in the guidance,
I
Step in the guidance.
and I am love revealed.
And I am love revealed.
And so it is.
Manifest.
And
Oh,
so
it
it
is.
is.
Drop the mic.
So it is.
Drop the mic. Drop the kazoo.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Yay.
I'm watching you jam out on the kazoo, Bree.
I know. I wish it was live. I was thinking, that was cool.
I see Jane shaking her head because she can hear me from across the phone.
Nina, spin around.
Come on. Give us a twirl, girl.
Oh, so
Wonderful. Beautiful.
Wow.
Love it. Love
Great
it.
cut.
Fabulous.
Mm.
Sheared like a sheep.
Oh.
It's fun.